The more I look at these tier lists, the more I realize I made mistakes. But whatever. Alright, so I've gone through and basically, like, added back in all these, like, icons, so we don't have to basically go through that again. And yes, we have a big master list here for, like, everything all at once. Cool. So presentation mode, just, like, transfer it and not have to worry about it or anything like that, so it's cool. Alright, so yeah, I want to actually make mistakes basically in making these lists, and I'm not just talking about, say, the colors for, like, the icons and stuff like that, but a lot of it, the mission names themselves. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this, but one of the mistakes basically made was basically with, like, the nod, like, campaign missions. If you look for, like, the first one here, Silent Nakumba, you'll see I have, like, an A there. I actually meant to, like, eliminate, like, any, like, A's and B's that, like, correspond to missions that, there's, like, basically one mission for it, so that's why you only see, like, for example, where's the GDI mission? We can go to, like, clearing the path for GDI 9 here. That's why you only see, like, GDI 9, not, like, GDI 9A, because I want to basically, like, make it so, like, there's only one mission, so it's not confusing or anything like that, but whatever. But I also noticed another mistake, basically, and that's in regard to the console missions. I didn't notice this basically, like, when I basically did the last video, but if you look at Nod 97 here, you'll notice that there's basically an M1 and M1. So both my, like, M1 and M2 basically right there, they're basically, like, M1, unfortunately. So there's a big second mistake for me right there. But whatever. For the most part, I can't go back and edit the icons, unfortunately, with Tier Maker. It doesn't let you do so. Like, if I go to, like, the normal view here and, like, go to edit here, for example. Basically, when you go to like, edit these basically up, you can't actually go in and, like, change the templates or, like, you can't go back and, like, remove, like, icons or anything like that and, like, add in, like, new pictures. You have to, like, you add, like, a new one, like, upload a new set of, like, items to it. So, yeah, Tier Maker has, like, some issues with, like, making their tier lists and stuff like that, but whatever. Alright, so what are we basically doing back here? So I'm up to this point that I figured that it's probably worth knowing that even though I ranked all these missions, like, these, like, icons and missions and stuff like that already, it's worth knowing that basically, like, compared to, like, other missions basically in the series, they may fluctuate around a little bit. So I figured I'd basically do that a little bit as well. So to give you an example, for example, I'll note that basically when I was, like, going through, like, the relic missions, there's a lot of these, like, amphibious assault, like, Soviet missions basically. And one of my basically, like, had in here, we were basically, like, battling against, like, the naval fleet for the Allies. Where's that one? Let's see here. There's 11A and there's, like, 11B. I'll note that basically, like, some costs. Basically, if you look at, say, 11B, for example, I actually don't consider it to be, like, that bad of a mission compared to, like, say, like, some of the other, like, amphibious assault missions for, like, the Soviets. So I'd probably rank it a little bit higher. And this will actually get into, like, a little bit of, like, something as well. I basically have, like, have these, like, laid out basically, like, not like any special order, so you can actually, like, see, like, where basically all are right here. And I figure at this point, maybe I'll go through and, like, purposely rank these basically, like, in terms of, like, what I consider to be, like, the best, like, the best missions versus, like, the worst. So I guess we'll start at the bottom of, like, the master list here. I might just leave these basically as is, but, we'll see. Alright, so actually, you know what? Let's just start with the, like, our list here first. Basically, what I'm going to do here first, let's just go through this list and see if there's anything I basically move up and down, like, compared to your missions. So, going for, like, the bottom here, we basically have, like, Dr. Movis 8B, We have 11B, 11A for Ezekiel's Wheel, 13B for Creative My Temple, Blindside over here, Deceit, and Fun Park 01. So, I'll note that basically in regards to like other missions, these are like, you know, all still pretty bad. I'm wondering though about 13B. 13B is actually like, you know, it is a bad mission, but it's like not probably like necessarily the worst. Would I move it up is a thing. You know, I'm gonna say it's efficient. In like this, like, you know, one here. Compared to all the Air Command Conquer missions, it's not the worst, so yeah, I'll throw it up there. I'm wondering if I want to basically move down 11B by the way at this point. 11B was basically like, you know, a little bit better than like 11A. You know, I want to basically like, sort of like, you know, note that, but they aren't necessarily that much better, but eh. No, I'll say it's efficient, not like, you know, terrible or anything. What else would I basically change here if I was basically changing something? So I basically have like, you know, obviously like, you know, mission 4s and 5s here. We have Clearing a Path and Mediocre. Orchestration. Now, note about a lot of these missions basically up here, as like I go through it. If they basically like sort of like, you know, are doing a lot, then I'm basically gonna rank some of them like, you know, higher or lower based on that. And I'll note that we do a lot of like, you know, these like sort of like, you know, itty bitty like sort of like, you know, mission 4s and 5s for GDI here. And then there's of course like the Spec Ops missions, because you know, those are there as well. I'll not bother with like the Spec Ops missions. I didn't really think much of them, but I don't think like, you know, Spec Ops 2 was that bad. So I'm gonna treat basically one of these as basically being like, you know, Spec Ops mission and like, you know, throw it up here. It's the thing about like, you know, the Spec Ops missions is that like, you know, basically the second one where you basically like, you know, have to capture like, you know, a GDI like outpost and attack like, you know, their main base. That's probably like, you know, a good idea because do compare, you know, comparing it to like new construction options, which is horribly hard, just to sort of like do it over again. Just like have a sort of easier time of it and basically have like nav forces like using like GDI units. Alright, so we got all this stuff basically over here. I really don't like they did like rating like Ground Zero and Elemental Imperative like, you know, in the same rank up here. Or Tiberian Strain for that matter. I mean, if I was basically to say like one of these command missions is like worse than the other or better than the other, they all have problems with it, but I probably threw this one basically up here to Admiral, so before that basically up there, I think. And although I do actually sort of like Ground Zero a lot better than Elemental Imperative, so it can go up there too, I think. Actually, I think this goes over here, doesn't it? So put that right there. You know, destroy the airstrip is like a very like, you know, sort of meth mission to throw it out there. It's basically a mission where like you go in and like, you know, this is like blow up and not base, so it doesn't really stand out that much versus their mission, so let's throw it right there. Knock out that refinery. That's fine, I think. Alright, so, stolen property, still, restoring power and stuff like that. I guess that's probably fine, basically. They're already basically Vive versus like these ones down here, so it's fine. And you have like restoring power basically up here again. You know, I think that basically looks pretty fine for like, you know, the rankings here. So let's just like quickly go over to like, you know, right here. And let's just change around anything I basically swapped out here. This is where I probably should have been doing it like, you know, along the way, but whatever. So we have for terrible. We've moved down. Or we moved up, like, you know, cradle of my temple here to like next tier, so we'll do that. Yeah, that one goes up. Then I got deficient here. This is hard to do when I basically didn't like, you know, change them to begin with, but whatever. Like, you know, at the same time. I moved one of these basically up, so let's do that over here as well. So you're going to go over here. I think I only moved one, so that's fine. Okay, I got like a second one basically out of here. That's basically Tiberium Strain, I guess. That's basically up here now, so... There's so many to move through. There it goes. That looks good. Alright, I didn't change anything else. So, basically there's like, you know, the changes for that, I guess. We're just gonna save this as like, you know... There we go. My rankings of all the individual missions from C&C Tiberian Dawn. Let's make it sort of like an official list here for it, right? Alright. That's basically all of like, you know, Tib Dawn basically out of the way. Let's go over to C&C Red Alert. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to be changing too much here except for like the Soviet missions, but let's just go through it a little bit quicker. So this is basically all of like, you know, tier trash down here. Oh, wait, no. I'll note that basically Allies 14, I actually want to basically rank this a little bit higher because even though it's basically a really like bad send-up for like the Ally campaign, it's not a terrible mission like, you know, compared to all the other missions basically in like, you know, the game. It's not even deficient, so... I feel we're basically right there of like the other ones over here. The thing about No Remorse, by the way, is that like, you know, it's a terrible like, you know, ending like mission for the Ally campaign, but by itself it's not a bad mission. It's just very like, you know, it just doesn't have like, you know, what really needs to be like a capstone mission really. So all I can really say about that. Alright, got bridging over rivers. We got extract Kosingen. He deserves to be down here. I still don't care about those missions. Suspicion, evidence, don't care about those. Mousetrap, trapped, wasteland, situation group. That's all fine. Lessons in blood. That can go down here. I really don't think much like lessons in blood. It's just like too lacking a mission, so we'll throw it down. Sunk costs, 11A. So I guess 11A is basically that mission where like you have like, you know, the like secondary way you can basically get into like their base. So it sort of like defeats the purpose of it a little bit. You know, turning it from like a Gauntlet one to like just like a stop if you want, so to speak. So whatever. Leave that base right there. 10-1 is basically the, you know, carryover from like the mission 2. That's fine right there. I like Tanya's tail. I know I like number C better than all of them, but doesn't deserve to be down here. Yeah, I guess it's fine where it is. It's fine. Alright, Sunken Treasure. I'll note that Sunken Treasure is like an interesting you know, idea for a map, but it's also sort of like, you know, I don't care much for it. So let's just drop this one down. It's not my favorite map, so let's just drop it down for that reason. So you'll go over here. I have no idea where I dropped that down from. Was it basically from Admiral or Mediocre? But whatever. This is all fine down here, I think, so leave it be. That's all the stuff right here. So yeah, sunk cost. I do consider a sunk cost to be like one of the better, like, you know, amphibious missions, so it's gonna go up to here. Compared to like a lot of like the other amphibious missions, it's basically one of the better ones, so we'll give it like, you know, its due basically and have it higher than the other stuff, basically. This is all fine now over here, I guess. I don't think I want to change anything really from here. I mean, the rest of the stuff is basically like just, it stands on, like, you know, where it basically is, so it's all good, I think. Alright, let's just save this one. So this is going to be C&C Red Alert. Just whatever. Done. Alright, so I suppose I've taken a little bit of time, basically 20 minutes to go through all that stuff, but I wanted to like, you know, show off my sort of thinking here of like, you know, all this stuff, because now we're basically going to get into like, you know, how to basically rank basically, you know, all these missions basically versus like each other, so to speak. Because honestly, not all these missions basically are like, you know, Dio's not always better than Nod, Nod's not always better than the other stuff here. So let's have some fun and basically try and rank all the different missions versus each other. So, what do I consider to be the worst mission in this game? Is it Dr. Mobius? Is it Ezekiel's Wheel? Blindsided? Deceit? All this other stuff over here. Alright, out of all this stuff here, I don't think it's going to be Legacy of Tulsa. So let's just move this over here. I mean, Legacy of Tulsa has like issues with it, but it's not terrible. Like in that sort of like, you know, sense of it being like the worst of the worst. So throw it right there. Fun Park is like, you know, it's a terrible introduction, but it's not terrible. So let's throw it right there. Blindside and Deceit. I like Blindside and Deceit. They're not terrible missions. It's just that they have like a, you know, terrible AI for nods Deceit and the sort of you know, thing for Blindside. So let's throw these right here. Distant Thunder is like, you know, beatable at least, so look for it right there. This can go over here. Alright, so that's basically my lowest tier ranking for any missions. I do I guess consider like Dr. Mobius be like the worst mission. Is just civilians. They move over everywhere, so it's not hard to contain them, but whatever. Alright, so that's like the terrible rank. Let's go to the next rank, deficient. What are the deficient missions? And like, you know, what's the most efficient, what's least efficient? 15A is like, you know, it could probably be like the top of your, I guess. I think I'll throw 8B right here. Oh, you know what? Less than Blood. It's terrible, but it's not that terrible. So, let's move that right there. The bridge overs and stuff like that, they're like okay, I guess, for what they are. Let's move that one right here, I think. I consider these more like a start coasting, for example. Suspicion and evidence, by the way. I really don't think much of these missions, but they're not terrible for what they basically are, so... Evidence could be pretty high, I think. Let's throw it right there. Suspicion is definitely like pretty high as well, so... Let's move ahead of secret mission over here. Mousetrap is just like boring for what it basically was, but it can go right there, I think. We got Trapped in Wasteland over here. Let's put Trap, basically have Mousetrap. Wasteland is basically just like, you know... It probably goes around here. Alright, situation critical production disruption. Probably production disrupts like the best of deficient maps, I think. Situation critical is just probably around here. All the stuff over here, I guess. Sick and dying. I really didn't think of much of 7B, so... Let's throw that right there. No, not right behind those. Let's put right there. $13B's right there. That's fine, I think. Steal the Coast is better than like Less Than Blood, I think. Cloak and Dagger. I actually really do like Cloak and Dagger. It's just, you know, it's still efficient, but I won't say it's like the most efficient thing. It's actually probably like, you know, very close to being mediocre. Even with like, you know, its flaws that, you know, you can't really drive the thing out to basically build up a base and stuff like that. Special Ops M1 and Nods thing here. Let's throw that right there. Let's throw this right here. I don't like this being here. I don't know where to throw it though. 11B. I think I'll throw it over there. Alright, so this basically the efficient tier basically done. Slowly getting everything ranked here, like, you know, as we go along. Alright, the mediocre missions. First, like, the most mediocre mission was like the least mediocre mission, I guess. That doesn't sound right, but whatever, you get the idea. How would I rank them? So obviously right here, clearing the path is kind of boring. Restoring power, you know, reinforced BL stock. I really didn't think much of orchestration for what it basically was. Codename Delphi is okay, but it's probably up here. We got Saving Dr. Moe's over here. I think I'd probably move like clearing a path over here. Reinforce over here maybe. And there's just like so many restoring power missions, like, you know, and stuff like that, so yeah, let's throw it right there. Convoy interception is very similar to, like, you know, reinforced BL stock, so let's throw it right there. I think it's better, but, you know, not that much more. False flag operation. I actually like false flag operations. It's a little more thematic than the other stuff. Let's throw that right here. Ground is basically a base building mission. It's just sort of like boring, so we'll throw that basically over here. There's like not A, the, you know, new construction options. That probably deserves to be like at the top. It's not like, you know, I like these missions. It's just that they're so hard to basically play. So that's all I can really say about them. Dr. Wong is basically just like, you know, go assassinate a guy. I think that's probably fine where it is. Create my temple. I can't really hate the capsule missions for a nod campaign. They're just like sort of like, you know, could have like more for them, but whatever. Let's go throw it right here. Elements of imperative that can like go here maybe. I'll move ground zero over here. I really wish 97 was like better than what it basically was, but it's not bad, so it can go just behind right over here, I think. M1. Let's move that right there. Nods M1 is basically like, you know, probably goes around here as well. There's like, you know, Nods like, you know, 97 M1 over here. Where you get to blow up another civilian's village, because why not? We all love doing that basically all over the place here, so yeah, that's basically where I ranked at more or less. Here's Fun Park 2. Honestly, that's probably where it'd be right there, I think, so it's fine. Here's the other stuff. We have Sunk Cost 11A. Probably goes around here, I think, this one. We have allies 4, 10 to 1. I mean, it's not a bad mission, it's just like, you know, it's got issues. There's like these ones as well, 5A and 5B. Titan's Tale of 5A. Here's what I have to actually remember, like, what the, you know, the differences between these missions basically are. I think 5A basically has, like, you know, the 2 Tesla coils. 5B has, like, the 1. And then, like, 5C. That's not right. One has, like, the flame turrets. One has, like, you know, the Tesla coils. And one has, like, you know, other stuff. I think it's 5A that basically has, like, the, you know, the survivability can basically build up their construction yard. So, there's that. 5B doesn't. Where would I throw this one? Maybe around here? Yeah, that's probably where it goes. Allies 8B, Protector Chronospear B. The south one. That probably actually goes around here, so it's fine. We have, like, you know, Takedown and Focus Blast and No Remorse. I think Takedown's very similar to Grounded, so let's throw it around here. Whoops, that's a 5A. I mean to do that one. There, we'll throw it right there. Focus Blast basically has you running through the installation, so... That's actually pretty much where we would probably leave it. No Remorse, though. Again, I like this mission. It's just like, you know... It's not a good capsule mission, so let's just throw it right there. It came from Hunt. Let's throw that right there, I think. Alright, now we got the, you know, the expansion stuff. So we got nuclear excavation, proving ground, stuff like that. Nuclear escalation, I think that's just like, you know, the base building one, so... Let's just throw it right there. Proving grounds. I'll throw it over here, maybe. Top of world, I'm probably going to leave it a bit lower, though, so we can go just over here. Nah, let's go right there. Alright, so we got controlled burn, evacuation, shock therapy. Evacuation is very much like, you know, convoy and stuff like that, stuff with, like, you know, your base basically to help you out, so... Let's just throw it right there, I think. In between those two. Controlled burn, that's basically the sarin gas. We'll throw it right there. Shock therapy. Shock therapy is always fun. Even if it is a sort of mediocre mission, so... Throw it right there, maybe. Time flies, absolute madness. I should go up there. Not really sure about time flies, though. This is for right there. That can leave down here. Alright, so that's basically a nice big chunk of stuff to go through. So let's go through the Admiral stuff basically now. We have like, mission 1, 2, 3, this all sort of stuff here. It's like all very basic stuff over here, by the way, so... Do I rate basically all here basically as it is, so... Probably not. I'm just gonna throw one down here because... it's a good tutorial mission, but it's like nothing like, better than the other stuff here, so... Throw that down. Knock out the Refiner is like not much better than like, it as well, so... And that's throw it right there. Air Supremacy is going to go basically ahead of him. Stolen Property, I think that's better than both of them, so... Let's just throw it down here. We got Restoring Power over here and Destroy the Airstrip. I guess I consider both these basically being like better than like, this stuff down here, so let's do that right now. Alright, on to the non-missions here. We got Silence in Nakumba. I always found like the side missions be a whole lot better, I think. So let's throw it right there. This can go right here. That can go right, there as well. Friends of the Brotherhood can go... maybe right there. Extract the Detonator. These are like awesome missions basically to get, even like, in like their basic form, so... Let's throw it right there. Belly of the Beast, that's the one with the math tanks. That's definitely, like, better than this one, so... You can go right there. Created my Temple South. I can give us basically right here, I think. Alright, Hell's Fury. So Hell's Fury is basically that one where you have to, like, go through the nukes and stuff like that. I'm gonna say it's worse than like the final mission for the capstone, but that's not much, saying much. Bad Neighborhood feels like one that could be like, drop down quite a bit. Like right there. Tiberian Strain, that's always fun, as I basically said. Let's throw it right here. Hostile Takeover. As I said, I like the principle of this mission, but where would it go? Probably around here. 97 Spec Ops for like DDI. That's basically there's like march them in the back of their bases and stuff like that constantly. I can go right there, I think. Fun Park 3, Fun Park 4, and Fun Park 5. I like controlling the dinosaurs. I think I'll throw it right there. This is pretty fun as well, this one, so maybe I'll throw that one right here. Fun Park 3. Fun Park 3 is basically not as fun as the other stuff, I think, so Probably all the way down here, I think. Alright, the Red Alert missions. We have, like, you know, Soviets 2A and 4A here, I guess. So, Guard Duty North. Basically another sort of base defense mission. I mean, it can go around here somewhere. Behind the lines, that's also pretty fun. Let's throw it right here. There's the other one, I guess. It can go here as well. I don't see a lot of difference between these two, so it's fine. Elba Island, south. That's basically, you know, the one that's basically a lot more disjointed from your stuff, I guess. Let's throw this one. I basically have like the cradle of my temple. Liability elimination. Basically, you have to go like, you know, deal with stuff, romp around their base and such. I'll throw it right there. Capture the tech centers, number 12. That's really not much better than like you destroy airships, so let's just throw right here. Allies 1 in the thick of it, so good starting mission for the Allies. Where do I throw this one? Honestly, this is probably like, you know... I have a lot of stuff here, actually. I think I'll throw it right there. 5 to 1, basically have to do the escort mission. That's like, you know, nothing too snazzy or anything like that. It can go over here, I think. 3B, dead end, south. That's basically blowing up the bridges and stuff. Blowing up the bridges, that's always fun, so... Yeah, it's definitely going ahead to stuff here, I think. Definitely right there, I think. Alright, Iron Curtain, Infiltration. These are basically the allied, like, you know, amphibious missions. Both of these are pretty good, actually, so... We're just gonna move them basically right here, I think. Clock feed right in front of, like, Elba Island. We got Protect the Chronosphere, that's definitely in front of them. It's a good mission. What can I say about it? Naval Supremacy 11A. I think I'll put that right there. We got Discovery here for the giant ant missions. That's pretty like fun for what it's basically worth, so... Probably throw that right there. Rescue basically comes right after. I probably would throw that one right here. Exterminate is basically like you having your basic exterminate stuff, so that's pretty fun as well. Let's throw it right here. Alright, Paradox Equation. I really don't think much of this mission is for what it's basically worth, so it can go down a little bit, I think, so... Just throw it right down there. Volkov and Tchaikovsky is always fun, but, you know, it's a little bit boring after, like, you know, playing enough. That can go right here, I think. Okay, Crackdown, Down Under, Fresh Tranks. Crackdown is basically cracking down on, like, you know, the facility, I think. I forget what all these missions basically are, but, you know. I think Fresh Tracks deals with nuclear stuff, Crackdown's basically for sarin gas, and this is also for sarin gas. Fresh Tracks. I think I'll throw that basically, like, you know, around here. Crackdown. Go around here. Down Under does some interesting things, but nothing really too special, so... around there, I think. Alright, testing grounds, don't drink the water, Going to Revolution, we're getting to like the aftermath and like, you know, Counter-Strike stuff here. Or actually we're in the Counter-Strike stuff, so this is like the Soviet Counter-Strike. Or is it? I can't remember. Maybe this is all like, you know, aftermath stuff over here. I know don't drink the water, it's basically like, you know, the Chronosphere one, it doesn't really introduce anything really new in that one, so... I'll throw it around here, I think. Testing grounds. I can't really remember what testing grounds basically is. So I'm going to basically say it's around Fun Park 3, just because I can't remember it. During the Revolution was basically like, interesting for basically what it did, but it had a lot of issues with it as well, so... You can go right there. Nick of Time. Caught in the Act, and Pawn. I forget what Nick of Time is basically all about. It might be fun, but you know. You can go down here as well, I think. We'll say it's better than Testing Grounds, because whatever. Caught in the Act is one with Tanya, by the way, who's basically being, like, you know, caught and stuff like that. This is like a very mediocre mission, so... Let's throw it down here. And there's, of course, Pawn. I think I'm always going to say Pawn is better than the other stuff here, so... Pawn, I like you, Pawn, so you can stay up there. Alright, now we get to the excellent missions. What do I consider like the, you know, the excellent of the excellent missions, I guess. Restoring Power is basically always fun, but I think Havoc's a little bit better than it. UN Sanctions A is, probably better than all of these as well. You basically have that, like, you know, damaged base to work with and stuff like that. Orchestration, that's definitely better than these guys. Fish in a Barrel. In between Havoc and that stuff. Friends of the Brotherhood. This is the other one over here for this stuff. I can go right there, I think. Well, no, I can go behind this one. Extract the Detonator. That's, of course, very fun, so... Let's throw this basically all over here. Sick and Dying. This is the one you can actually sort of cheese if you want, which is sort of like a nice thing and stuff like that. You can basically go into our base and such. Let's throw that one right here. Orca Heist is definitely really fun, so let's just throw it right there. Blackout. Where do I throw this one? I do like Blackout, so... I'll say it's basically over here, I think. Yeah, it's fine. Twist of Fate. Twist of Fate is basically hard and, you know, arduous is a thing, right? But it's a challenge. That's what makes it fun. I think I'll put it behind Orchestration. Eviction Notice, that's... You know, I like the idea of Eviction Notice, but it's also, like, you know, a hard mission, also kind of annoying after, like, you know, play it long enough. I'm gonna say it's worse than Havoc, but not, you know, better than the other stuff. Under Siege is a fun mission, so... I'm gonna say it's like worse than Havoc, but you know, better than Eviction Notice. Alright, G99, Special Ops M2. I do like this mission, but I don't think it's better than a lot of these missions here, so... You always put it ahead of Eviction Notice, but like under, like, you know, Under Siege, or... Yeah, I think that's where I throw it. So, that's basically all, like, the, you know, Tib Dawn stuff. Where to throw this stuff, basically in. Guard Duty is basically just, like, you know, a good mission, I guess, but... That's probably actually where I would throw right here. Covert Cleanup. The dog is fun, but actually I think it's worse than 2B, so let's throw it right there. Core Mass is probably actually worse than all 3 of these, by the way, so it's fine. Right there. I'll probably throw Elva Island basically up here, so that's fine for it. Overseer has you matching those jets, which is always fun, so... I'll throw it right there, I think. Sunk Cost B. As I said, I like the previous mission, but is it better than a lot of these other missions? I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's actually better than a lot of these missions, I think, so... Let's throw it right there. Okay, we got Dead End over here. Love me Dead End. I feel say it's less than, like, you know, Orca Heist, but, you know, not better than, like, you know, it's better than Extracted Air, but less than Orca Heist. That's where I'll throw it. Naval Supremacy, always fun. This one's definitely a lot more fun than the other stuff here, so... Let's throw it right there. Tiniest Tail 5C. So I like this one best. I think that's the one with, like, you know, 1 Tesla coil. You have to capture stuff. There we go. Alright, so Austria besieged. That's the one with, like, the, you know, Saboteur running around your base, blowing up stuff. Finger Fire one right there. Personal War, that's basically one of, like, you know, Stukov running around from, like, you know, the Soviet threat. I'm gonna go for that one right here. Test Drive. That's just you, like, you know, eradicating, like, you know, the forces basically with, like, you know, your stuff. That's basically I'll throw it. Ahead of, like, Eviction Notice, but, you know, not much more than anything else. Burn Arms. Basically, you have to spy, and you have to, like, you know, destroy their base. I can go over here, I think. Monster Tank Madness. I always like Monster Tank Madness. It's actually one of my favorites, I think, from the, you know, Allied campaigns or expansions, so... Let's throw it right here, I think. And then negotiations. That's just, you know, tying to rescuing people, and then you send your troops in to kill stuff. That's pretty similar to Test Drive, really, so let's throw it over here. Yeah, that's where it belongs. Alright, so let's get to favorite missions, finally. What to consider my favorite mission, what to consider my least favorite. I know that Iron Can Strike is pretty fun. But it can be cheesed quite easily, so there's that. Let's throw it back here, I think. Temple Strike Savorio East and C Center. Those are definitely both fun, more fun than like, you know, I can't strike like, you know, Yugoslavia, I think. So let's throw it right here. Right there. I'm not sure I consider like, you know, which one of these I consider barrels is probably like so right now. Oh, I start to detonate over here again. Let's just throw it back there. It's a fun mission, but not that fun. We got no mercy over here. I can go behind this one as well. Infiltrate is basically in the excellent, like, you know, fantastic mission up here, so let's just throw right there. Not Death Squad. I can go right there. The non-99 Spec Ops mission. This is actually pretty fun for like what it's basically worth, so I probably throw it right here. I like Soviet Supremacy. It actually really, like, you know, has you on your edge, so I have to say it's like probably, you know, more favorite than like, you know, this stuff here, I think. So let's throw right there. So wait, let's pick a steal. Another fun mission. I think I'll probably throw this one right here. And then Deus Ex Machina. Do I consider Deus Ex Machina my favorite? I actually really do like Deus Ex Machina. It's actually one of my favorite missions, so I'm okay with saying this. So yeah, there we go. A full tier list, basically, like all this stuff, basically, you know, ranked from top to bottom. How I basically rank these missions. Hope you guys basically enjoyed that. I believe it's 160 missions, but whatever. Well, that's basically it for a tier list. Hope you guys basically enjoyed these. I basically made this list because I wanted to basically, like, you know, see, like, you know, how I can basically compare to campaigns. And cover operation missions and stuff like that, so those are sort of like this on tacked on, I guess, but whatever. Basically, it's like, you know, these first four right here that basically mattered, so how I basically rank like the GDI versus like the NOD missions, how do I basically rank the Soviet missions versus the Allied campaign, and how I rank these basically versus the Command and Conquer, Tiberian Dawn stuff. I guess I really like the Soviet missions from Red Alert, but these could have been better, I guess. Whatever. Alright, well, I hope you guys basically enjoyed that, and take care.